So normally, we don't like to talk about set photos on the podcast here, just because we like to talk about things that have been officially stated, and more often than not, like, set photos have not been sanctioned. It's more or less the equivalent of movie paparazzis. However, after some leaks came out, the director of Shazam Fury of the Gods, David F. Sandberg, who's a phenomenal human being, more or less, kind of did a fun little tease for the new Shazam suit, except none of the lights were turned on, being totally self-aware. It was really, really funny. So I feel a little bit much more okay talking about it now, of just like David F. Sandberg has more or less said, yeah, we knew people were going to see the suit when we were doing some outside filming. So that being said, let's talk about the new Shazam suit that we've got for Shazam 2. Because, bro,
dude, it looks so good.
All of a sudden, these people are just coming out of the woodwork, bashing the original Shazam suit. Maybe it's just me being in the right film bubbles, but I didn't hear a single complaint about the original Shazam suit until this one shows up. They're just like, oh, about time they replaced that crappy suit. I'm like, what was wrong with the original suit? I thought it looked fine. Yes, it had a little bit of padding, but that's because Zachary Levi, while big, isn't like Shazam big. He's not God build like Henry Cavill is. Zachary Levi clearly bulked up. I think he heard that the Rock suit wasn't going to be padded, so he's just like, okay, yeah, I need to not mess around anymore. I need my own suit that's not padded. And this thing looks awesome. I think it's going to be interesting because in some other set photos, he has a cape, and here he doesn't. So I think at times there's going to be a CG cape and other times a practical cape, which is a really smart choice. And like I said, I liked the original Shazam suit. I thought it looked cool. That being said, this is for sure an upgrade. This looks awesome. Josh, you see these set photos of what Shazam's looking like. Thoughts?
Yeah, let's go, bro. If we got some, he looks like he's okay. I want to be careful how I phrase this because I don't know what direction we're going story-wise, but it looks like somebody's going to deal out the fury of the gods. Look at that big boy. God, it just looks good, he looks like a superhero. And again, nothing against the suit from the first one. It's a great suit, especially for an origin movie. But this is one of those okay, we're stepping it up. We're in the big leagues now. We're swinging for the fences. Here we go. It's a really good suit, dude. Dude.
Aesthetically, it reminds me a lot of the Man of Steel suit. I've got much more of that, texture to it. Also kind of reminds me of a less armored version of the Aquaman suit in terms of the detailing and even some of the gauntlet looks. Actually, the gauntlets look a lot like the Shang-Chi gauntlets that we saw in the trailer. I'm super, super excited. Actually, it's weird. To me, the biggest improvement over the original Shazam suit is nothing to do with the costume. It's going to sound weird, but it's in Zachary Levi's hair. In the original, it looked a lot like Zachary Levi had this jet black wig on the entire time. It didn't look like natural hair. This looks much more natural, less like it was a mold of something that had to fit his head. This looks much more natural. It's such a weird detail, but to me, the hair in the first one looked almost artificial. Maybe that was the point, but it just kind of looked bizarre, whereas this feels much more like natural hair. David F. Sandberg also came out and did a quick Q&A on his Instagram, because I will follow all of the small details about this movie. He said there will be no Black Adam in this movie. Sure. Does that include?
Sure, buddy.
Sure.
Yeah,
does that include post-credit scenes? Who do you think has a higher probability of showing up in this movie, in either the regular movie or the end credits? The Rock or Henry Cavill?
I'm going Rock. Unfortunately, I kind of have to, just because because Henry Cavill is so up in the air right now. It's hard to have anything to support that. Unfortunately, it's just more likely that Black Adam's going to show up.
I am gonna go on the other side. I think it's Superman, because I really think they are saving Black Adam for the next one. and I think they're saving Black Adam for a third one. So maybe, just maybe, they might put it as an end credits. But for now, I think they teed up enough of Superman in the first one to go,
Yeah.
okay, we need to bring him in. At least if it's maybe like a scene or two. I feel like they set up more for Superman than they did in Black Adam. Like, we know Black Adam will eventually fight Shazam. But maybe it's just me. But I get the sense that The Rock is hyping up more of a fight against Superman than he is against Shazam. So maybe that's the direction they're going instead. Like, yeah, I'll fight Shazam at some point, but my real threat is Superman. Like, The Rock seems to have his eyes locked somewhere else.
Yeah. And see, like, part of me feels like that's a slight against Shazam, and I don't like that's.
What? DC having a slight miff against Shazam? Never heard of that. It's not like they bought Fawcett Comics to destroy the character or anything.
It's tough, dude. Because Black Adam's is Shazam's villain. Like, why? I don't understand I mean, I get why The Rock would be like, I want to fight Superman, because like that's your big bad, but like that's not your hero that you're supposed to fight, dude. Like, how weird would it be to see Black Adam fight Superman before he fights Shazam? To me, that's just so weird.
I think maybe it's either they want to save Shazam and Black Adam as like a big like end of the 3-part for both of these. Like, the end of the Shazam trilogy and the end of the Black Adam trilogy will be them squaring off against each other. My only hope is they don't end up working together. That would be the worst case scenario for me, because they're such adversarial characters. Like, they should not be teaming up. Josh has a thought. Say it before it dies of loneliness.
Okay, so my thought here is, what if, and this is a fact you and I have always stated, that Shazam is as, if not more powerful than Superman, right? Because he doesn't have any weaknesses necessarily, right?
Well, except for, being a child.
Being a child. But what if they use Black Adam to show Superman's weakness to magic, and then have Shazam not handily beat, but like go toe to toe actually with Black Adam, because there's no.
Oh, I thought you were saying toe to toe with Superman. I'm like, DC will never let Superman get beat by Shazam.
No. But they can indirectly say, hey, he's just as strong by having Black Adam against Man of Steel, and then Shazam against Black Adam. I don't know. That's a reach for me. I still feel like Black Adam needs to fight Shazam first, but whatever.